Things get rough. Living in the sixth dimension can be tough. It's so hard when prescription child. Thought you'd be living out your future, clock is rewinding. I'm inviting you to taste how it could be, 'cause I know it's been so long. And together we can face the enemy, then you'll see you were so wrong. I'll show you where to begin, lay all your riches and sins at the foot of the gaudy cross. I'm inviting you to taste how it could be, 'cause I know it's been so long. And together we can face the enemy, then you'll see you were so wrong. I'll show you where to begin, lay all your riches and sins at the foot of the gaudy cross. At the foot of the gaudy cross.
Now you might pray to God, y'all, but I like Lucifer best of all. Sunday school is a place for fools. It's hot in hell, but the devil's cool. So don't just sit there, join the club. Sell your soul to Beelzebub.
Hey everybody, it's Count Jackula, your favorite satanic streamer, here for yet another satanic stream. So let's begin. Hey Perry, how are you doing? I hope you were good. Joseph, good to see you. It is, man, getting crazy out there. They're banning books, they're banning words, they're banning underwear, as far as I know. I don't even know where this is all going to end, and I don't want to really think about it. Not because it's too horrible, but because it's too horrible. You know, it's horrible. Like I'm watching America fucking go down the tubes, and clogging up the tubes, for that matter, with all that it's going down. And I don't really know how it's going to end, but I got a bad feeling it's going to end kind of like the last time we had a major fascist surge go round the world. And I'm not looking forward to being in the country that is going to be at the business end of retribution. You know, which, let's face it, like, that's where we're headed, kids. Like, we're going to be on the business end of history. It ain't gonna be great. So keep to your fucking guns. Do not give in to the Nazi fascist American party, because when the smoke clears, and trust me, the smoke is coming. You know, when that fucking clears, you're gonna want to be able to hold your head high, because if you gave in, you're probably gonna put a bullet in your own brain and no one's gonna care. No one's gonna mourn you. No one's gonna care. They'll be like, you know, dead Nazi. Good. You don't want to be that. You do not want to be that. You know, but that's where some of these people are fucking headed. That's where a lot of people are headed. You know, that's where a lot of them are headed. They're headed. They're headed towards putting a bullet in their own brain, or getting dragged out into the street and beheaded, which is, oh man. Yeah, the future is uncertain. The end is always near, but never letting down. Yeah. It's you know, the end of an aeon is coming. Everybody, the end of some sort of world or era is happening. I just don't know exactly. We just won't exactly know what it is until we got some hindsight to be 2020 about on. You know. Let's see. Wanted to go back to school, be a teacher, but these days, this is a terrible idea. Oh, yeah. I wouldn't do that. I would not do that. Like that's no good. That's no good. And I remember there was this like 10 years, this is a long time ago, but I don't, there is one of the reasons I like to use my imagination so much and why I work with it, and it's my primary tool, is that I get to imagine all sorts of interesting things. Like, well, what is the point at which violence is inevitable? What happens then? Like what happens then? What happens after that moment? And it makes me curious. So I ask people, like I'll ask veterans about like, what's it like before and after you've killed somebody? Seems like a harsh thing to ask, but like, I don't want, it's my way of like keeping that knowledge alive, right? Hey, here's someone who's gone through the thing I'm wondering about. What's it like? Don't mean to be a fucking, don't want to like, necessarily bring bad memories back, but like, what is that? I'm not worried, and I'm not just randomly curious. Like, I think it's an important lesson. I want to know so that people have an idea what to expect if that happens. Because so many of our problems happen because we haven't thought about it yet. Or we've thought about it in the wrong way. Like right now, there's a lot of things happening that we've been thinking about in the wrong way. Politics, for example. Whoa, we thinking about that in the wrong way. Or we're doing it in the wrong way, right? We got, excuse me. We got a fascist party in charge of everything. Let's just call it what it is. It's a fascist party. Republicans are fascists. We had a fascist party on one side. We have a liberal capitalist party on the other. We have no viable options anywhere left of liberal capitalism. And I think that that's actually, well, first of all, we can admit one thing. That is something that has been done to us. That's a power structure thing. The fact that we have no viable left wing anything in America is by design. That's very much by design. And I'm now at the point where I'm like, yeah, I think, I really do honestly think that like the Democratic Party, or at least important members of it, are literally in cahoots with fucking Republicans. And I think Chuck Schumer's one of them. I think he's one of them. I think his whole deal is to just give the Republicans what they want. I think that's his strategy. I think that's what he's doing. I really, really do. And everyone else is just the voters. Votes matter, but they don't matter. Votes matter until the power is established, until the new power structure is established. The whole point of voting is to just create a smooth transition of power. That's the whole fucking idea, which is why it is so gobsmackingly annoying that a guy who disrupted that on purpose was allowed to run for president again. What about that geriatric turtle, Mitch McConnell? Well, he's just a fascist. He's just an old fascist, like that's all they are. Him, Newt Gingrich, they're all old fascists, where you should know where they stand on everything, because there should be no question at this point as to what they'll back and what they won't, because it's just mask off with them. And I think, honestly, the Democratic Party is just there to discourage everybody. I think the Democratic Party is just there to discourage everybody. I don't. Because what has happened recently with Chuck Schumer in charge, that's not a failure. That's a complete capitulation. Failure implies that you tried. Failure implies some sort of effort. What Chuck Schumer is doing is not. No, I really do believe he is just there to get the Republicans what they want. And that's it. And there are plenty of people behind him. Plenty have always been Democrats like him, like Barney Frank. That was another one. He seemed real good. He was real good on rhetoric, but he's part of one of the guys responsible for giving Goldman Sachs the $700 billion bailout. Went behind the back of the president, which, technically was their prerogative. They could do that legally. Their Congress. Their Congress, they control the purse strings. They can decide that shit. So it was legal, but it was a shitty thing to do. Fuck over the American people. And now that, another thing that pisses me off is this idea that, both sides are the same. No, they're not. No, they're fucking not. Not when it comes to the wielding of power. They are, in fact, different. Now, if you are looking for a group that is not going to fuck you over, I'm sorry, that doesn't exist. You only get a chance of how hard and for how long. That's your choice. That's your only choice. Get used to it. I recommend getting used to that, accepting that and letting it sink in. Whether that makes you angry or makes you want to give up, you sit with that feeling and you figure out what to do with it. But I'm not here to give you good news on that front. It will be time for open mass rebellion. Well, it's time for, we're talking about rebellion. Rebellion is now. The time for rebellion is now. The time for being a complete political jackass is now. The time to mouth off is now. The time to fucking do things which fucking monkey wrench the gears of industry and government is now. Now, if you're talking about open revolution, I don't know when that's going to happen. We'll just have to see, because that comes when it comes. And it comes at its own sweet time. Not a lot you can do about it. Either the iron is hot for it or it isn't, and you can never really tell. But it is definitely punk rock time. It's definitely time to, fucking break shit. Yeah, to quote Henry Rollins, yeah, it's punk rock time. And honestly, I think the first step is drowning those motherfuckers out, tuning them off, turning them off. Just get rid of them. Get them out of your feed. Fuck them. Fuck everything. You know, it'll get through anyway. When you're not see, the problem is when we talk about information silos, let's be honest, we're talking about Republicans and fascists. That's what we're really talking about. Everyone's like I think everyone's too fucking shit scared and wants to look like they're being fair by saying, well, we can't be in these information silos. No, liberals are not in an information silo. They aren't. They aren't because, and you can see it now because, like, who's the one going, well, wait, how do tariffs work? It's not liberals. The Republicans have like an entire ecosystem that they don't have to step out of and that they have convinced their members that they shouldn't step out of because it's all lies out there. It's all lies. It's all lies. It's all lies. It's all lies. You know, when the truth is most of the lying is happening within. You know, calls coming from inside the house, bro. You know, people have too much comfort to rebel. Yeah, I don't know about that yet. I don't know about that. I don't think that's a useful way of looking at it. I think the reality is that rebellion and revolutions come when they come. Because every time it does, it's sparked by some sort of event that in the event, maybe you could have predicted the event, but you couldn't have predicted the response that people had to it. That's what creates revolutions. Revolution is a boiling pot. It is a boiling pot and the lid blows off of it. That it will happen if you don't release steam is inevitable, but you're not never sure when exactly. It happens when it happens. It happens when all the fucking things fucking come together to make it happen, but it's such a complicated beast that you don't know what all those things are. I mean, people can guess. People got some very good guesses as to what goes into that pot to make it blow, but they can't tell you when it'll blow. Only that if these specific things happen, it don't look good. Yeah, they're inevitable with the bloat of authority. Yeah, and that's what's happening right now. So that's why I say I don't know. Like I don't think it will never happen, but I don't know because like this is some authoritarian overreach that I haven't seen in America ever. I haven't seen it in America ever. This kind of bullshit, but I've seen it in other countries. I've seen this bullshit in other countries. You know, we might have another Kent. I think we'll have another Kent State or our own Tiananmen Square moment. I think that'll happen. I just don't know if it'll be enough to be a revolution. Hey, Jack, if your grandfather was alive, what would his advice be? Make sure you have shelter and food to eat. If you have shelter and food to eat, you're doing okay. That's the position you want to be operating from. I think that's what his advice would be. Hard to tell, though, because most of his advice, that would have been his advice to the heads of state, which is take care of the people, otherwise you're going to have an internal revolution on your hands. And luckily, America is still the land of plenty, but I mean, like, for how long? Given how everything is going. Like, we had a Great Depression before. That created a revolution, but it was a political revolution. Excuse me. Might that happen again? I don't know. I don't know if that would happen again. It might. It might. Who knows? Might get another guy comes up with an FDR type thing and can make it stick. Hey, Knitting Samurai. Oh yeah. We're definitely gonna have like the Japanese style internment camps. But I am both relieved and worried because it's obvious they're going to be run real shitty. Well, the big thing is that if we're talking about like economically, like just pure money, there's no avoiding it. It'll happen. How that affects the quality of life of the average citizen is up for debate. Like that is yet to be seen. Just remember, shelter, food to eat. Very important. Oh yeah. We had internment camps and we got them again. We just do. It's just that who we put in them is very, very ill-defined. Very, very ill-defined. And they're run shitty, so who knows what's going to happen. Don't ever let anyone tell you that like fucking resistance doesn't work. It does. I just wish I know how creative. I just wish there was a little less of this fucking around. What about weapons? Is that a third important item? No. Weapons would not be. My grandfather would not have considered weapons to be important. Not when it comes to peace within your own borders. Unimportant. Peace within your own borders is created by stability, the ability to eat, and the ability to find shelter. Yeah, sorry to bother you. Future where they have voluntary slavery in order to in order to bring manufacturing back. Yeah. Yep. Well, that's what indentured servitude was voluntary slavery. It's existed before. I mean, like let's be real. Things are always bad. Things are always bad. It's always bad times. Now, it definitely seems like things are particularly bad right now. But you have to remember, it's always been bad. Things have always been bad. It's not a just world. Justice is completely dependent on the ability to keep and maintain it that way. But it will inevitably fall. It will inevitably fall apart. Hey, what would I consider great survival tools for the rebellion? Knowledge. Knowledge of how things work. The ability to study a system, whether social or mechanical. I think would be the greatest survival tool. The ability to sit with discomfort, I think, is a very important survival tool. The ability to manage your stress, very important survival tool. The ability to try to do things, important survival tool. And the ability to accept that your time on Earth is limited no matter what you do. Physical tools like a crowbar. Crowbar is a good thing to have. Bolt cutters are a good thing to have. Hammers, screwdrivers. Those are good things to have. Nails, screws themselves. A basic idea how to build things and the desire to learn. Because I really do believe that the desire and willingness to learn is paramount. It's the big skill. It's the big skill. It's the skill from which all other skills come from. And for a lot of us, that curiosity is beaten out of us. Through education. Don't think any kind of work is beneath you. I mean, there may be work you don't want to do. I mean, that's one thing, but never think it's beneath you. Never think it's beneath you. I would start by learning how to repair things around your home or apartment. Really honestly. Learn to become more handy. Not just how to change a light bulb, but how to turn the circuit breaker off so that you can reinstall the light. Learn how to plumb at a deeper level than just using the plunger. Learn how to do some of the basic maintenance on your car. Get a ratchet set. And by basic, I mean like you could replacing a spark plug, cleaning out the air intake manifold. Those are very simple things. Those are very easy to do. You know, no matter what your car, those two things are easy. Learn how to change your own oil. That's pretty simple as well. It's messy. It's messy, but it's simple. You know, change the oil and change the oil filter. Learn how to change the air filter in your car, which is another easy thing. You know, learn how to build simple things. You know, like a shelf. You know, don't be scared to learn how to put things together. And be smart about it. And learn to be smart about it. Because once you learn how to be smart about certain things, you avoid a lot of potential problems. Like, for example, if you start know how much electricity is safe to go through a certain wire. The breakers are, if you have a fuse box with breakers on it, which you should. If you don't, you're living out in the middle of the sticks. You know, or your building is horrifically not up to code. That'll keep you reasonably safe. But, like, learn how electrical fires happen. Learn how to turn off the water main. Figure out where your water main is. Learn how to patch a hole. Simple and easy to understand. I actually, for a lot of this stuff, I recommend YouTube videos. A lot of it. And from that, you will start to learn what books and whatever to reference and to get. Yeah, gas main too. That's another one. That I got to figure out where actually, you know what? Bring up an important point. I actually don't know where my gas main is because I've never had to fuck with it. I need to figure out where that is. Yeah, I'm familiar with the water and electricity, but I'm not familiar with the gas. Yeah, that's an important. That's an oversight I've made. Thank you, Riggs. Let's see how to find your gas main. How to shut off and restart your gas line in case of emergency. Oh, this one's even for earthquake preparedness. That's particularly important in ye old California. Let's turn the sound on.
Now, Hi, Boris with Be Ready Emergency Preparedness here. Now, in Southern California, earthquakes are very common. They're just kind of part of life. As a matter of fact, we had one earlier this morning at 4.3 magnitude just outside of Palm Springs. What a lot of people don't realize is the majority of loss of life from earthquakes doesn't actually come from the shaking itself, but rather from fires that are started from broken gas mains and gas leaks in residential and commercial buildings. So, today, as part of our video preparedness series, we're going to talk about when and how to shut off the gas and how to get it back on. Let's get started. Now, natural gas has a funky, rotten egg kind of smell that's added to it by the gas company so that in the event of a leak, you can smell it and do something about it. Now, this is an older gas line with a manual shutoff valve here. It's just on the other side of the pressure regulator. Here's how we turn it off. So you're gonna need a wrench to turn it off. Either a wrench like this or a gas shutoff tool like this. You find this little valve. It could be anywhere on the main gas line, but this one's here. When you see it in line with the pipe, that means the gas is flowing. If it's turned perpendicular, like this to the gas pipe, that means that the gas is shut off. So if you smell gas and you need to shut it off, all you do, fit the wrench to it. I'm not going to do that right now. And then just a quarter turn in any direction, and that'll shut off the gas. Now, restarting the gas is the same thing. If it's already here, you just turn it until it's here in line with the pipe. Now, it's recommended that the gas company restart your gas after it gets shut off because they do a pressure test and they'll relight your pilots. But if you don't need a pressure test and you know how to relight your pilots, you can go ahead and do it. If your home or building has an automatic seismic shutoff switch, this is what it looks like, right on the gas line. Shaking greater than 5.3 magnitude will make the little ball in there fall off its pedestal and cut off the supply of gas. If it's a small tremor and there's no damage and you don't smell any gas and you'd like to turn it back on, the way to do it, you use a flathead screwdriver. You find this white screw, you give it a quarter turn clockwise and then back, and that will reset the gas. Now, if you smell a gas and the automatic shut-off switch doesn't actually work and you need it to, some of them also are equipped with an emergency shutoff. The red screw here will do that for you. You simply do the opposite, a quarter turn counterclockwise, and then reset, and that will shut off the gas for you. Now, most people think that the gas company needs to come out and do this for you. And that's a good idea because they pressure test the gas line and they'll relight your pilots. But if you know how to do all that, you don't need a pressure test, and you know how to relight your pilots, all you do is you do that quarter turn, you're all set. Well, I hope you found this video informative. And if you did, please click the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the Be Ready YouTube channel for more emergency preparedness video tips and tricks. And remember, when it comes to preparing for an emergency, always be ready.
Here's another one.
Hi, this is Gio, and I'm here to talk about how to turn off the gas to your gas meter. And this meter is mine, and it's on the side of my house, and you can see there's a display here which shows how much gas you've used, and then there's essentially two lines, one coming in this case from the ground, and the other one going out, which is split and distributed to different parts of my house. If you're in a multiple unit, you could have several meters. Typically there's just one line coming in and then it splits to multiple meters and then separate lines, but for most of us we're just dealing with one meter. And to turn these off, it's pretty simple. There's typically a valve on the incoming line. Some of the newer models, the valve is actually on the outgoing line, but it looks very similar to this. It usually has kind of a notched metal piece which rotates to turn it on and off. And this is very common. When it's on, the notch is in is parallel to the pipeline. So basically, if you kind of draw your fingers, you're just going straight, and it kind of just points the way. When it's off, it's rotated this way, and so if you kind of follow your finger, it kind of stops when it's shut off. And so that's how you know if it's on or off. If it's parallel, it's on. If it's perpendicular, it's off. And so the easiest way to do it is just get a crescent wrench and adjust it to the size of the fitting. You can even, there's these multi-tools that you can purchase that do a number of things, including turning off gas mains, but they also turn off water lines as well. But in this case, you could just fit the notch right here and turn it on and off. But let's just stick with the crescent wrench. So just simply, it's just a 90-degree turn, and it is off. So, and in this case, you could see there's a hole here, and if the gas man, you never pay your bills, and the gas man decides to turn you off, they will turn this off and lock it. But in this case, I have paid my bills, and so I'm safe. And so I'll just use the multi-tool to turn it back on. You just turn it here, and then twist it, and it's back on again. And it's that simple. So if you ever have a gas leak, or you're doing,
And if society has kind of, if everything is kind of collapsed, you want bolt cutters to fucking cut that fucking thing off. To cut the fucking lock off. Because, bolt cutters, blot colors, bolt cutters for locks.
All right, so I got these bolt cutters because I had a lock on my shed that I couldn't find the key to.
It's a normal big bolt.
So I wanted to just cut the lock off. I got these bolt cutters from WorkPro. These are the 30-inch ones. They do make smaller ones, but I wanted to make sure that I got one big enough to cut that lock. And they measure actually just barely over 30 inches long and about 8 3/4 inches wide at the base, like that. And this measurement right here is about 3 3/4 inches. When they are open, fully open like this, it measures about 40 inches this way, and the opening at the top is about 1 inch wide, or that part right there is about 1/4 inch wide. So that's what you have to work with as far as what you're cutting. I will say these things are not light. They're about 7.5 pounds just by themselves, and it definitely takes some strength to open and close these things, even if you're not cutting anything. They are heavy duty, and it is a heavy tool. That being said, they did work to cut my lock, which is exactly why I bought them.
You ever done this before?
No. We're gonna see. Easily gets on there. Okay, it's not butter.
Donk.
But it cut.
Might need to. There we go.
There you go. And that's it.
Oh, these things are heavy, but they work.
Yeah, you did it.
Like I said, not.
This guy's obviously done it a million times. I don't know why he did both sides. I don't know why he did both sides, but whatever. Let's see. I'll see how to draw a lock.
Hey, I'm Ross with Sky Management, and today we're going to teach you how to drill out a lock if you don't have a key for it. So stick around and we'll teach you how.
Jesus Christ. Okay, yeah, get to it.
This is a standard residential lock. It works with a series of pins and springs down one side. The teeth on a key manipulate the pins and the springs so that you can turn this inside part. But if you don't have the right key to fit in the lock, what you can do is drill a small hole where the pins are. So you need to determine which side has the pins, and it's the side that has the larger area on the circle. So it'll be this side right here. And we're going to drill a hole right here. And that will break all the pins out of the inside, and then you'll be able to turn the lock with just a flathead screwdriver. So I'm going to start with a small drill bit and drill a pilot hole right here where all the pins are.
Wear goggles, kids.
And when you're drilling this hole, you want to try to make it as straight as possible, because if you get off to the side, then you'll miss the pins. Once you've got your pilot hole done, I'm going to switch over to a 1/4 inch drill bit and make this hole nice and big so all the pins fall out. See if I'm in far enough. So now that the pins have all fallen out through this hole, you can operate the lock by just using a flathead screwdriver. And that'll allow you to get in to all your locked spaces.
Yeah, this is basically how all door locks work right here. Picking locks is actually relatively... Oh, yeah, picking locks is actually relatively easy. It's the getting away with it that can be difficult. You know, if you're in a survivalist situation and society's collapsed, like, it doesn't fucking matter. You know.
Hello, nice to meet you. Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, I am. I'll try and get this unlocked as quick as possible. Just to let you know, I am recording, but if that's not okay with you, then that's completely fine. That's fine?
Yeah.
Perfect.
I can't believe I got locked out.
No, I mean, it happens to quite a few people. You'd be surprised. The amount of call-outs I get is a bit insane, to be honest.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Especially in sort of local areas.
Yeah.
It can be very challenging sometimes to keep up with all of it. But yeah, I do try and get through it.
Oh.
Let me see. That's almost unlocked.
So. Oh, you can get it back in.
Yeah. There you go.
That's lovely.
That's done for you, and that one's on me.
You sure?
Yep, 100%. No,
Okay,
it's completely on me.
thank you.
No worries, bye. Hello, nice to meet you. Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, I am. I'll try and get this unlocked as quick as possible. Just to let you know, I am recording, but if that's not okay with you, then...
McDowell. Oh, yeah. You should tell Master Lock. They're very fragile. Master Locks are very fragile. You know, they're horse shit.
That's completely fine. That's fine?
Yeah.
Perfect.
I can't believe I got locked out.
No, I mean, it happens to quite a few people. You'd be surprised. The amount of call-outs I get is a bit insane, to be honest.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Especially in
So he's
sort of
searching
local
for the
areas.
pins.
Yeah.
It can be very challenging sometimes to keep up with all of it. But yeah, I do try and get through it.
Oh.
Let me see. That's almost unlocked.
So. Oh, you can get it back in.
Yeah. There you go.
That's lovely.
That's done for you, and that one's...
Yeah, let's see. Let's check out McNally. The good old credit card trick doesn't work. Not really.
You try sticking your pick in and moving it around, but you're not sure what you're doing or if you're even hitting the right pins. Instead of getting upset, get your key and stick it all the way to the back. Next, we're going to mark where the key meets the keyway. You could use a pencil, but Sharpie will be easier to see. For educational purposes, mine is a little extra girthy. A fine point marker will give you thinner, more accurate lines. The valleys or cuts in the key not only tell you how many pins you are working with, but the depth of the cuts or the key's bitting tells you how the lock is pinned. Think of your key like a password that you carry around with you. You stingy bastards won't even share your Netflix login with family, but you'll share your home login with the world. Align the tip of your pick with the last cut on the key and use the reference mark we made before getting distracted to create a new reference mark on your pick. Continue doing this for each cut until you've marked all of your lock's pin positions. Whoosh! Now all you have to do is align these marks with the front of the keyway and you'll know exactly where each pin position is when you practice picking a lock. You try sticking your pick in and moving it around, but you're not sure what you're doing or if you're even hitting the right pins. Instead of getting upset, get your key and stick it all the way to the back. Next, we're going to mark where the key meets the keyway. You could use a pencil, but Sharpie will be easier
I gotta
to
tell
hit the
you-
right pins. Instead of getting upset, moving it around, but you're not sure what you're doing.
Now, I gotta tell you about a trick that doesn't work anymore. Or rather,
Pick in and moving it around, but you're not sure what you're doing
I
or
need
if you're even
a,
hitting the right. Your pick in and moving it around, but you're not sure what you're doing or if you try.
Okay. All right. I think I got it. All right. So, take a look at this thing right here. I'm going to show you what I used to do. Now, this was crazy. There used to be a type of lock that was very common on houses. So you see how all the pins are in like a different, position in order to be aligned with this part right here, with, to be aligned with the thing that allows it to turn. That's what the little teeth on the keys is. Puts the pins in the right position so that it can be turned. Well, you used to be there. It was a type of lock, and it was a type of Challenge lock, where if you found a screwdriver, if you get a screwdriver that would go all the way through the lock, and most of them could, a nice long, one with a, only needs to be about like that long, but a nice thin one, that was made of steel. These things used to be made out of softer metals like, copper or lead. Used to be able to just stick it in there, hit it with a hammer. It would break all the pins and the lock would open. And the great thing about this was that the key would still function. There's minimal damage to the exterior of the lock. There's a lot of damage to the interior of the lock. But the key would still work. Because you just completely broke the mechanism. But the key would still fit. It would only be if you tried to lock it and then open it that you would realize something had gone wrong. And then most homeowners will blame themselves. That's how I snuck into all the houses I snuck into when I was a teenager. Very simple. Very easy. Never got caught. Never got caught. Now, I also never took anything. I was tempted a few times, but I never took anything. I just wanted to break into houses. So I would walk around and then leave. Now, this is also before like security systems were as cheap as they are now. So once again, now they stopped making that kind of lock. They use a different metal now, so you can't do that. Now you have to you would have to drill through it, which leaves an obvious mark. Because like I said, breaking the lock is not a problem. It's getting away with it. That's the issue. Because I had learned a mnemonic, which was this: a good thief doesn't just take it. Doesn't just take something. A good thief takes something, and if they're really good, it will not be noticed for a long time. You won't know that they've taken anything. An expert thief will take something, and not only will you not notice, you will not know why. Wi-Fi jammers. Interesting. Dude's using Wi-Fi jammers now. Interesting. But that doesn't necessarily, that prevents you from being identified. Doesn't necessarily tell you that no one was ever there. The best is to make it look like no one was ever there. Good hit doesn't just get rid of the body, but the memory of the body. Yeah, that's true. I primarily, I break into houses. I break into abandoned buildings real easy. Nobody gives a shit about an abandoned building. That you could just use the bolt cutters and shit, Your biggest obstacle in an abandoned building is light. Lack of light, that's your big obstacle. That's the biggest problem that you got to solve. Because a lot of the way a lot of the people who live in abandoned places work is that they can navigate it blind. They've learned how to navigate it blind. Kind of freaky. But as one guy said, it's amazing what the human mind will get used to. Yeah, and the casual crazy hobo, he knows shit. That's the thing. He knows shit. Poor people and homeless people aren't necessarily stupid. Never forget that. Never forget that. Yeah, night vision goggles are pretty cheap, $200. Hey, Jack, do you know what's the difference between a hobo and a homeless person? And no, this isn't a joke. Yeah. A hobo goes from place to place. A hobo chooses to have no home. Whether that initial decision was his is, not what matters. It's his ability. It's his decision not to seek one. That's the difference between a hobo and a homeless person. Yeah, hobos are drifters. We tend to put them in the same category, but that's not always the case. Well, let's you know what? Let's watch some animations, fucked up animations. Let's do a little liquid television of our own. Fuck it, I'll even start with the goddamn theme song.
Liquid television.
Oh wait, now that's the ending one. We need the intro. No, van life folks are not hobos. They are fucking hobo tourists. Sorry, let's restart. Jump. All right. This is We're the Kids. I wish he had done the whole video, but, well, that's what we can get away with.
Pastor's daughter struck as gun accidentally goes off. Hey, guys, at least we can leave church a little early and catch the rest of the football game. Am I right, fellas?
I don't know if I like being associated with this.
Oh, what do we got here? Brutta. Can't understand a word of it. It's like hire a proofreader, guys. Come on. Let's be a little professional. Just riffing.
We should be writing instead of riffing. That was a misstep.
You think so?
All of it.
What do you mean?
This is pretty lowbrow.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Hey, remember when I did those jokes before?
Yeah.
Tight, right?
No, I just told you that I didn't like that.
You ever get a little hungry in the evening and you reach for a can of hearty, satisfying Campbell's Chunky Soup? Well, imagine if that Campbell's Chunky Soup was a human being. That would be Paul Blart 2, a movie. Please go buy more Chunky Soup. It's like Paul Blart in a can and edible.
So jingle, like the sound of bells in the background, Christmas bells.
Christmas.
It's a busy time of year. Forget to give that Thanksgiving turkey sorted. Well, don't worry. Here at Turkey to Your Door Limited, we've got pre-cooked turkeys coming straight to your door. If you're listening to this podcast, that can only mean one thing. It's Thanksgiving. The holiday season can be tough for families, and all they really want to do is eat a turkey. So call us up. We'll send you a turkey. Who likes turkey? You do.
The holidays can be a really tough time for families.
See, what would I do a revival of? Brad Dharma, Psychedelic Detective.
Hi, everyone. It's me, Griffin. Oh, boy, I'm right there with you. I don't have much of a product to sell. Just drink a lot of water, and if you need to, just sneak out of the room for a while and take some you time. And maybe think about watching Paul Blart Mall Cop 2, now on HD DVD. That's right, bitch, it's back.
Well, we've almost reached the end of our podcast. Have you thought about what you'll do when you reach your end? Unlike Paul Blart, someday you'll die.
Hello, it's Governor Tim speaking. It's me from the future, and here's the thing, folks. We're on the cusp of great social change in this beautiful...
The head was part of Oddities, not Liquid Television.
...beautiful country which I've adopted as my new native land, America. And what I'd like to say is, we got to legalize the heck out of cocaine. Remember all that time we spent when we said that marijuana was a terrible thing, and then we legalized it, and it turns out it was a great idea? Let's go further, America, because I believe we all have it in us.
All right, let's see.
What? You told him to meet us here? You imbecile!
Exterminator. Any problem with roaches, ma'am?
You'll never take me alive!
I never said I was going to.
I never said I was going to. Welcome to Timbuktu. There are 30 million names in the naked city. I can only pronounce half of them. Mine's easy, though. It's Dharma, Brad Dharma, Psychedelic Detective. The case I was working on started like any other. Atmospheric lighting, rain-slicked streets, obligatory voiceovers. I had been on a trail of a gang of rogue gurus who had been running mantras across zone lines. This had upset the hipster elders of the city, who didn't want to offend the Karma police and their monopoly on nirvana. The use of bootleg chants was a serious felony.
Check it out, man. The Maharishi wrote it himself. Just count to 3.
And your bean sprouts will live happily ever after.
Hey, man. What are you, a caffeine freak?
No, I'm the fuzz.
Oh, great. What are you gonna do? Beat yourself or something?
Yes. Comics code. I got orders. I punched out their leader for no particular reason before taking on the other 2.
Hey, man, Martini.
Before I could pull myself together, their leader made a break for it. I decided to give him another shot at reincarnation. Have a nice trip.
11825, code 6, 105.
Awesome job, Dharma. Wicked piss. All right, get these chowder heads out of here. Shut up, you whiner! Passport! Are you here on business? Pleasure?
Counter-espionage, terrorism, revenge, or extortion. It's revenge, isn't it?
Darling, you disappoint me. Only dead men make God.
And tranquility lies in the shade of the saber. Welcome to Timbuktu. There are 30 million names in the naked city. I can only pronounce half of them.
I would
Mine's
totally
easy,
bring
though.
this back.
It's Dharma, Brad Dharma, psychedelic detective. The case of Colonel Harding and the Philosopher's Stone had led me to the docks of the Village Negre. The hipster elders of our fair megalopolis turned a blind third eye to this seamy underbelly of life. After all, even in a world of grooves and groove knots, there is always the common meeting ground of our baser animal instincts, a Casbah of our collective unconsciousness.
Look it! A raghead in a raincoat! What's the matter? Afraid to get your lice wet?
What kind of name is Dharma anyway? I'm sick of you people coming over here and taking our jobs.
At least I speak the language better than you.
Why are you All right, boys.
All right, boyos. Let's see you dance. Together.
Telegram from Mr. Dharma.
All right.
Kill me.
Yeah, I'm fine.
We'll stop them, bloody van. This is Robert Johnson. Let's go jam.
Welcome to Timbuktu. There are 30 million names in the naked city. I can only pronounce half of them. Mine's easy, though. It's Dharma, Brad Dharma, psychedelic detective. Even in a city as isolated as the inner sanctum of Timbuktu, there are always those troublesome sociopaths who disrupt the tepid harmony of the elite's perfect little world. When one of these cases prove particularly unpleasant, the local constabulary turns to an outcast like myself to do their dirty work for them. Got a light.
Bad medicine trying to break into the mine unlicensed. Good job, Jamo. I'll call immigration in the morning.
Well, looky here, fellas. Our friend Dharma's learned to walk on his hind legs.
Next.
Yeah, I would totally redo provide Brad Dharma's psychedelic detective. No fucking question. There actually was like, I did at one point want to redo, or not redo, but adapt Raph Navarro's Somnambulo, in the style of Dog Boy. Right.
Hard. Where am I gonna come up with that kind of money?
What the hell's going on here? I've been waiting on that cheese fry combo platter for 10 minutes now.
Cool your jets, Rodney. I'm just putting on the finishing touches.
You sure are slow. I ain't got all day. Move it, Buster.
That'll fix that bitch. Nobody tells me to hurry up.
What's this? What the heck? It's worth a try.
What do you put in the burger? Went down real well. Hey, dorkface, get the lead out of your ass and stop working on those dishes.
Rondi, I'm still on my break.
Your break, huh? I'm gonna break this over your head if you don't move it, lame brain.
Doesn't look like a doctor's office.
Who is Dog Boy and how did...
We'll see.
And I definitely wanted to end every like 5-10 minute installment with something like this. Hold on. Oh.
Oh, jeez, what have I...
Dog heart beating wild. How did he come to be finding himself with a malevolent gust in the pit of...
Hurry, I can make the 7:15 train.
Hold on. Here we go. Like this.
Doggy diversions lie ahead. Find out next time. See the disastrous date with the delectable Nurse Betty. Feel dread and disgust in the pit of your stomach when dog...
Yeah, Max Headroom looking shit. Yeah.
Misanthrope's main squeeze.
All right, you pencil neck geek.
You passion, yeah. Date. Who is Dog Boy and how did he come to be? It's gotta get yanked.
So why not a dog heart?
And now with his dog heart beating wildly in his chest, Dog Boy is out the door to work at Podunk's Diner.
Whoa, calm down. Just ignore that stupid cat. If you chase it, you'll never make that train.
Late again, Dog Boy. That's the third time this week. You better hustle your ass, dude. Who's gonna need those dishes for the lunch run?
You keep coming in late and you're gonna get canned. What's your excuse this time?
I was busy chasing something.
Chasing something? What?
Right on by Mr. Murdoch.
Take me on a...
What disastrous days lie ahead for the dumbfounded Dog Boy? Find out next time. See Rondi the Ravishing Waitress's devious plans to dominate Dog Boy.
You promised to take me on a date.
I did?
That's right, big boy.
See Dog Boy being surreptitiously spied on by Mr. Murdoch, the nauseating next-door neighbor.
I'm telling you, Helen, that guy is a ding-dang psycho or something.
Hear Mrs. Murdoch's moans of uninhibited delight as she is healed by Jerry, her personal television savior.
Oh, Jerry.
Be there.
You know, I wanted to do it in that style. I wanted, it's, like it was a movie that was actually moving like a comic page, And let's see, the theme music I wanted to use, was one that actually Raph had picked out, which was the theme to Experiment in Terror. Hold on, let me find the twist version. Here we go. Yeah, I was also thinking of having the voice. I also wanted the voiceover to be done by Darren Wood, who has this great voiceover voice. Yep. I always thought that'd be pretty good. Let's see. Yeah, since we would kind of, I think we kind of finished with some of these videos for now. So let's do Liquid Television end theme. Whoops. See, they gave me the regular theme again. Let's see if it's. No. Yeah, like if if I was to bring back Liquid Television, like what I would do is I would say, look, it has to be what the fuck. It has to be what the fuck. You know, I don't want just normal animation. Fuck that. No, we need to go to insane places. I would want a remake of Brad Dharma, and I would want one new Aeon Flux fucking thing per season. I would want it to be Peter Chung again, if or any of those people, if it was fucking possible. And I'm like, it can be hand drawn, it could be puppets, it could be computer animation, can't be live action, one. Probably maybe get some Worthy Kids on there, or James Lee. Like James Lee reminds me a lot of Psychograms, actually.
Hey, Mom. Mom! What is it, honey? Do you want to see my latest animation? Okay. That Xeno dude, he's another Newgrounds animator. He stole my gradients technique. I don't like him very much. Okay. One day, Xeno dude had just finished his latest animation. But then in walked me and my friend Lucky. And we pushed him onto glue. Oh, that's so creative, honey. Then we sprayed him with the hose. Threw some booze at him. And bashed his head in with a skateboard.
I would totally
use
it.
He's so clever. Yeah. He's dead now, Mom. We killed him. Here comes a dog.
Like, let me put it this way: we would use things like Brad Dharma and Aeon Flux to get people to come in. Like that's the main event. But the real purpose of it is the things before it.
amazing. Thanks, Mom. Hey, Mom.
Let's see if we can find. Has he done a more recent one? This is like a year old. Like, I would count this as animation. Oh, I think this might be the most.
Look at you. You almost did it. I know. It ain't easy. Struggling between the veil of our misconception and the realities of modern living. Say, have you tried mindfulness, mango flavored? 'Cause what is there that truly exists beyond the stories we imbibe? He'll be out of the matrix in no time. It's all up and up from here, buddy. Costs of living, that is. How about you try a little gratitude? 'Cause when you're thirsting for a new reality, try a conglomerate mindset in a can. Stoic, strawberry, orange, optimism, abundance, yes, raspberry, resilient, bubblegum, outcome, independent. Hey buddy, I think they just cut your power. It's a good thing we just got a new product. You'll be busting out of the matrix in no time.
You know, good stuff. Good quality entertainment, you know? Hey, Victor Necrofront, how you doing? Man. It's kind of funny. I don't really... I don't know what I'm doing. I've never known what I'm doing. Never. All the important things I've done in my life have been me going, I have no idea what I'm doing. Now, they aren't the only lessons I've learned, but they're the most basic and informative. And they continue to happen even at my age. You know, they say people get stupider, but I get slower as they age mentally. But I don't know if that's necessarily true. I think first of all, what happens is that people stop moving out of their comfort zone and into things that they know nothing about, except for opinions. People will spend all day on opinions that they know nothing about. You know? No, I don't think most minds know exactly what they're doing. They're just doing shit. They're just doing things. And I don't really see why. And an artist is a person who just does things, and then for some reason people come and look and they make a living out of that somehow. But I don't think anyone really has a really good idea, particularly in America. There's there is a fear that we get in America that I don't see in a lot of other, that I don't see quite as often in other places. It happens. It happens with frequency, but like Americans are particularly bad is what I'm saying. This is something that's true. That's a bad thing that is true everywhere, but America's worse. Which is being unable or unwilling to try something because they don't know what they're doing. And in the world of the imagination, you never know what you're doing. You never know what you're doing. You never know what consequences are going to happen. You never know. You never know. You never, ever, 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 ever. The only thing that you can know is you. When it comes to art and the imagination, you are the only thing that you can know. See, Riggs, that's something I know separates me from a lot of people. Because to me, the act of science is the act of confirming or denying is a bad word, but it either confirms or it confirms what you know or shows you that what you thought you knew is irrelevant to the situation. Not relevant in physical reality terms. I don't like the idea. I don't like it when either people deny science or say that something isn't real because it's not scientifically possible. Because what they usually mean by not scientifically possible, not always, but often, when you get into an argument with a layman anyway, is that I don't believe you. Well, experiments, it's also one of those things where people don't realize that one experiment by itself doesn't prove anything. It simply provides data. It is the replicability of the experiment that proves whether the hypothesis is correct. To paraphrase Neil deGrasse Tyson, religion exists as long as you believe it, while science is real whether you believe it or not. Yeah. 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 And art exists at the uncomfortable intersection of the two. Art, in many ways, is a practice of altering human perception. Well, science literally has facts. What more do you need? A lot, actually. You need a lot more than that. Not for science, but as a human being. As a human being, you need a lot more than facts. The thing that I find disgusting is that I'm not saying you don't need facts. Oh, you need them. You want to know what the facts are. You want to know. The facts exist, whether you believe in them or not. You want to know what those things are. Breaking bones hurts. That's a fact. Being on fire hurts. That's a fact. Falling is a fact. Getting hit by a car is a fact. You want to know what a fact is, otherwise, because it makes it easy to tell if you're being deceived or not. Makes it way easier to tell if you're being deceived. But there's a point at which you have to trust the results, where you have to trust the theoretical outcome, because you can keep asking questions forever. You know? Yeah, your existence is an infinitesimal small moment in time. However, that infinitesimal small moment of time seems to go on for a bit, don't it? Did you know that a particle at the farthest reach of the galaxy, for that particle, no time has passed since it sped away from the Big Bang? It still thinks it's the Big Bang out there. What the fuck? Here we are thinking of timelines and alternate timelines, and for that thing, not an instant has passed. What the shit? You want to worry about how infinitesimal you are? Imagine how infinitesimal a photon is. And yet light seems to be pretty fucking important. And not just to us, to everything. But don't last that long. Turn off the lights, a bunch of photons just go away. They just stop. The center of a black hole is not just the future. The center of a black hole, time stops. It stops. It is no longer within the instant. It's gone. Time and space utterly rip apart. How is that possible? Well, apparently it is. Apparently, that
I will
shit
travel
is.
where no man has dared to go. Into the black hole. Why, that's crazy.
If you fall in, you never come out, stretching you from head to toe. Death by black hole.
There are monsters out in the cosmos that can swallow entire stars.
Inside these equations, there's a monster.
Anything that strays too close will be pulled in.
Gravity is infinite at the center of a black hole. Time stops. Space makes no sense.
Every galaxy has got one big black hole in the middle and millions of smaller black holes.
An anomaly of gravity so strange. Nothing is more seductive.
There are monsters out in the cosmos that can swallow entire stars, that can destroy space itself, completely invisible. Anything that that strains too close will be pulled in.
In the last century, black holes have gone from being mathematical curiosities to real objects in the cosmos, seemingly crucial to the formation of galaxies. Nothing can escape it, even light.
There must be millions and millions of black holes. Millions and millions and millions zipping around our galaxy. Nothing there to light them up. Millions and millions of black holes. Millions and millions and millions zipping around our galaxy. Nothing there to light them up.
At the heart of a large black hole is a singularity. It's
a point of infinite density.
The accepted laws of physics break down.
Yeah, we know there's an outside of the universe, but we cannot detect it.
Black holes form when giant stars run out of fuel and collapse under their own weight. Dust remnants.
That means there's an outside of everything.
Truth is stranger than science.
That makes no sense.
An anomaly of gravity so strange. Nothing is more seductive.
There are monsters out in the cosmos that can swallow entire stars, that can destroy space itself, completely invisible. Anything that strains too close will be pulled in.
Millions and millions of black holes. Zipping around our galaxy. Nothing there to light them up. Millions and millions of black holes. Zipping around our galaxy. Nothing there to light them up.
Nothing is bigger and scarier than a black hole.
A boundary between the known universe and a place beyond the reach of science.
Well, here's the weird thing about outside of the universe. Whatever is outside the universe is so foreign and so unlike the universe that we cannot detect it. It has to be fundamentally different. On an atomic level, it is different. What? But there you go. That's outside the universe, baby. It ain't like here at all. You know? Outside the universe is like nothing you can possibly experience. There'd be no light. There'd be no matter. There'd be no electrons, no photons. Possibly no energy. What's an out? What? Is there anything that we could run into out there? At the edge of the universe. But the thing is, once you reach the edge of the universe, wherever you are becomes the edge of the universe, and it's expanding. We literally cannot escape the universe, but there is something outside of it. We know it's not time because time is related to space. It's related to space and gravity. We can imagine pausing time, but what does without time look like? Is it even knowable? No, space is not empty. We got tons of shit in it. We've got galaxies and stars and asteroids and all that kind of happy shit. Yes, a hand of the Buddha all over again. You can't escape it. It's the universe. You know, and no matter where you go, the universe is. Because you cannot leave the universe. If the universe expands wherever you are, the universe exists. But there's still something outside of it. What? A Pure Land? Bullshit. No such thing. No such thing as a Pure Land. Ever. Not ever. I think that is... I think that's a fallacy. The land is, it is what it is. That's it. We like to think in terms of perfection, but stop that. No such thing. Not even in your mind. Think about it. What is perfect? What is a perfect anything? Doesn't exist. You can't even really wrap your mind around it. A perfect land. Even just using our own metrics, that would be hard to think of. Purity? Bullshit. Purity is bullshit. Purity doesn't exist, and neither does a new world. Yeah, exactly. Where time flies backwards? Maybe. Maybe. Maybe it's where we go when we die, if we go anywhere. Maybe it's the indifferentiated pleroma. Yeah, to quote Darren Wood, it's better than good, it's good enough. Don't consider yourself with perfection, concern yourself with good enough. Because that brings you back down to the world where things have purpose. What is this thing doing, and is it doing it good enough? So the song, A Whole New World is bullshit? Yeah. Whole New World is bullshit. It's old to somebody. Shit. Anyway, here's Tom with the weather, you know, like. It's no purity, only purification? Wrong. Maybe if we're talking about physics, but in nothing else. Maybe if we're talking about chemistry, but in nothing else. No such thing as purity. Yeah, of course I've read Doom Patrol by Grant Morrison. It's amazing. It's awesome. What's my hypothesis on the Brotherhood of Dada? What do you mean? Like, what, my thoughts on it? I thought they were really cool bad guys. So it's an infinite number of universes. No, just a 2. Yeah, I don't believe in purity. Maybe in a chemical sense, but like I said, nothing else. Nothing else. I don't believe your body is a temple that needs to be kept pure. Because I don't know what that is. I really don't. I really don't. A lot of people think that they know, but if you ask yourself, you're going to be like, wait a minute. Listen. You know, like, what are your theories and ideas about the Brotherhood Dada represents? Oh, they're chaos. They're undifferentiated chaos. Well, everything that the Brotherhood of Dada does is an attempt to destroy meaning. Destroy meaning and understanding. That's why they're called the Brotherhood of Dada. It's a temple, but the monkeys took over? Nah, it's not a temple. The monkey's always been in charge.
Once I skin the tomatoes, do I just toss the skins?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a temple, but the monkeys took over? Nah, the monkeys were always in charge. Monkeys built the temple. No. Purity's bullshit. Gotta tell you that right now, kids. No such thing. My body's a haunted castle, old and creepy with cobwebs. There you go. There you go. See, that's better. That's better. Because that's a real thing. Purification in the sense of removing things that don't serve you? Well, I mean, I guess. I don't put much stock at that either. I mean, I believe in removing things in a sense of removing things that don't serve you. I don't know if I would call that purification. You know, purified from what? I consider that healing. I consider that healing. You know, I don't know that the phrase purification matters in that context. How about an amusement park? Yeah, well, that could be. See if we can get away with this one. Jack Dixon's Shinto's founding belief. Yes. Yes, I agree with all religions that have this idea of a once pure thing. I think that's horseshit. I think things are the way they are. And were as they were. Now, that's not to say that I don't think that those stories actually mean anything. I think they do. I think they are extremely meaningful. But the idea that there was a goodness back in the past, that's literal nostalgia. And that's all it is. It's literal nostalgia. What's the problem with nostalgia? It was always bad. You were just too young to know better.
up the volume. Dance.
There's no such thing as a good past. Only good memories. An unclog crossing ritual to get rid of stuff clogging you up? I don't know what that is. Not part of the way I deal with the mind. Then again, remember, I'm crazy. Yeah, you remember to survive fondly because you survived. Yeah. Yeah, there's value in that. Just don't think that's the way it was. Or that the way it was is the way it should be. The fuck is this? Oh, Dead Can Dance. Yeah, I would love to. No, I'll get dinged for that shit. Just like I get dinged from playing the Pixies. Mars is a little safe because it's a little obscure. Oh, man. I can't believe, like, let me tell you how the world changes in ways that I'm like, I didn't see that happening. A lot of people are now calling Bill Burr woke. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? And they made it in the bad way. Like, oh, he's woke now. What are you talking about? Bill Burr's the same guy he's always been. He did not change. He has not changed on that level. He has always been a cranky older white guy. And he's still a cranky older white guy. He just doesn't believe in the same bullshit that you do. And he doesn't believe that you should believe his bullshit. Marvel characters cheated in the 90s. Oh, yeah, they did. What are you talking about? Captain Marvel was a good movie. I mean, it wasn't their best, but it was pretty good. We're living in clown world. Yeah, we kind of are. We're living in dummy world. Except Simpsons did predict it. They just didn't get into too many of the details. Yep, pastors having trouble teaching the gospel because apparently the flock think Jesus is woke. Empathy is a sin. Good is bad. Yeah, Simpsons is now the more reasonable world. I mean, like, for real. Hey, Mousedon, how you doing? You know,
And we're here to fix your pathetic relationship problems.
I've been dating my girlfriend for almost 3 years now, but I still don't think her parents really approve of me. What's the best way to win them over?
You can't! You are f***ing his daughter. He is never gonna like you. That's a fight you're never gonna win. My advice is, kill him. But make sure your girlfriend talks him into taking out a very hefty life insurance policy before you do that. Slut!
My question is about poop. So I have a 4-month-old daughter, and she's perfect and adorable, but every few days we get that middle of the night poopy explosion blowout thing. Who should have to deal with the middle of the night poopy blowout? Help us out here.
Woman, you and you alone should clean up poop. Your husband should never have to do anything other than bring home the bacon, sit around and wait for you to suck his mother.
Ditto.
Hey, Guar.
I've seen this a few
I really
times.
love dogs, and this girl I'm interested in is allergic to them. Should I still try to be with her, or should I find a different girl? I like this one.
If you really love dogs, then really love dogs. Ditch the girl, stick with the dogs. It's obvious.
If he loves the dog and the girl at the same time, he could have a...
I think it has a lot.
Dog.
I think it has a lot more to do.
Sounds great when you read about it in penthouse form, but it never actually works out.
Never happens, does it? No.
I didn't know these questions were coming from prisoners.
I just want to know if you have any suggestions of where I could go to meet new people.
Actually, if you would look in the mirror, Anna, you're a woman. You don't need sex advice. All you have to do is say, sex please now.
There's people outside and sometimes they're inside, so go to those two places.
That's narrowed it down considerably.
Way to put a fine point on it, Beefcake.
I am internet dating, and I'm not getting any hits on my profile site. I don't know how. Do you have any suggestions on how to spruce up my page, my profile? What should I do?
What gives you an advantage on the internet over other venues is that you can lie about yourself. So get rid of that picture and substitute, I don't know, maybe George Clooney.
All right, so yeah, I was wondering, how do you get laid on the first date? That's my main problem.
Rape.
The only answer.
Yeah. I hope I offended somebody. Check out these other videos and subscribe to the Fuse YouTube channel, you insignificant flecks of dandruff.
What is your philosophy behind all this?
Well, basically, we view the human race as scum. We are indeed from another planet, and human beings we see as food, dogs so much, to be destroyed on stage, en masse.
Right.
They do not dislike this, rather they throw themselves gleefully into the jaws of death.
Yes.
It's like there's too much cool stuff to keep track of.
Yeah.
TV for like hours and hours and hours before you see this video. But it's like, when you do that, it's all worth it. Yeah. It sure is.
Before the show, you let some of the wonderful Guar fans come up and just prove what
how stupid they really are, basically, yes.
And when I was there, one guy set his hair on fire, and what are some of the other things that the typical Guar fans will do before a Guar show just to be on stage?
Mutilate their genitals, kill postmen, slaughter the family pets and bring them in a nice tasty souffle down to the show. It's all a big thing so we can get victims for our world maggot, which crashes up out of the stage at the end of the set and devours the entire studio audience.
No!
Good night, Rue. Well, that's it for that? Good night room? Good night room. Good night room. What kind of kid lives in a room like this? Nobody I know. Maybe some rich fucking brat here in Manhattan whose dad runs this fucking place. I don't know. I didn't live in a room like this. I was born into a gladiatorial arena. I was given a sword as a bunch of slowtards tried to rape me.
Hey, Edward! Let's also not forget that you are a fucking asshole!
I'm sick of the negative vibe our music sends out. I thought maybe we could reinvent ourselves to appeal to children. Education through positive music, you know?
Education? Positive music? You're coming out of the closet?
What?
What the hell are you talking about?
Dude, what are you, high? Well, of course I'm high.
Whoa.
Okay, oh yeah, he's just high. High on life. High on giving kids a positive message. Children are our future.
We need to get a doctor in here ASAP. Otis has just completely lost his mind.
Hey, what is that? Holy... What? Hey!
It's scary upstairs.
Aren't your friends up there with you?
They're not my friends. They're not my friends.
Well, I just want you to know that after tonight, you will never have to worry about Sarah Palin being your president ever again!
You guys should just go back to art school.
I'm going to astronaut school. Before I was a whore, a dog, fly with the child, I was running around in the air, around and sensible down. Show people going, I understand. Like a brick in a cave.
That's Otis. I hope you die in your fucking sleep.
I wonder.
Mr. Martini.
Oh, Jello Biafra.
Your pimply-faced teenage fans. And this ain't your typical poser band whipped up by a bunch of D&D playing art school flunkies. I had to go to the ends of the earth to find Guar. Gentlemen, if you would consult your sales figures, you would see that ass launched a fat fox do it yourself.
He's designing a new media image for Guar.
We wouldn't want any actual living members running around doing things that would be, shall we say, counterproductive to that image.
So what are you saying? You want me to waste Guar? I got an idea. Why don't you fat fucks do it yourself? Really, Mr. Martini, no need for in-costume appearances here. It's not going to sweeten our deal one iota. Well, if you insist. Let's see how papier-mâché armor and rubber swords fare against real heavy metal.
See if I can find this.
What is all this? The main communication feed. Master. Hook it up to our equipment. Yes, and flood the world with filth!
The revolution will be televised. Slave Pit TV is taking over.
So, they seek to escape my designs with the destruction of my corporate facade. But what is that to a being that stood among the ruins of the thousands plundered realms? And what is flesh to a being alive?
And face.
Slave Pit TV begins another broadcast day.
All right! Oh no!
Undead from Antarctica, it's the Slave Pit TV Worldwide Megathon. Tonight's guest.
This is
Pearl
Skullhead
Eyes,
Face.
Fatty Arbuckle, and featuring the most dangerous band in the galaxy or anywhere else, Guar. And now, here's your host, Odorous Urungus.
Good evening and welcome to Guar's Worldwide Magathon, the show where you die. We've got Ballsack and the lovely Flatus on the telephones. So keep those donations coming. Now let's go to Beefcake in the basement.
Beefcake the Mighty here. You know, one of the greatest things about being dead is becoming a part of the food chain. Don't waste your nutritional potential. Sacrifice your corpse to Guar.
When the maggot is stuffed with your souls, it shall awaken, and riding it, using convenient maggot saddles, we shall escape your miserable planet.
Hey, Odorous, some guy just called, said he's gonna kill his whole family.
Go for it!
Makeup!
Be sure to check out Slave Pit TV's new fall lineup.
All right. I think that's it for tonight. I think I'm gonna get some dinner, get some rest. Until next time, remember, Ave Satanas, Disco Inferno. Satan and I love you all very much. Fuck off now.